Here we go. We are live from my usual weekly stream. Hello, everyone. It is I, Lorelai, streaming once again Doki Doki Literature Club at my usual time on Mondays. It's actually a little bit late today. I have run into a few complications, including having a very late start to my day. But, yes, I am here, and I am also, once again, joined by Cybernetic Pink Eye.
Hello.
Hello. That was a great, wonderful, completely elaborate greeting. I'm so glad that people get to know your personality from that.
Well, you rib into me every time I do the greetings and felicitations thing.
Yes, and that's part of the humor.
Yes.
That's part of the...
Totally not a personal attack on my personality.
I'm not making an attack on your personality. If I wanted to make an attack on your personality, I would have some comments to say by now.
I mean, you do. You just don't say them on air.
Oh. Well, apparently we're getting off to a little contentious start today.
Yeah, pulling back the emerald curtain on the internal politics that is Magic Lorelai's channel.
Internal politics? This isn't a democracy, it's a monarchy! I'm the fucking queen!
Hail to the queen.
Mare says, can confirm, shot. You're not gonna get shot, Mare. That's not how I work. I just douse you in salt.
Yes. And then flame.
No, I don't... I don't set things on fire.
You're right. Like, sodium chloride isn't nearly as flammable as sodium itself.
Anyway, so today we are continuing the playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. We were closing in, I think, somewhat on the end of Sayori's path in the game. Now, many of you may know exactly what happens after that. But I wonder if things are going to be a little bit different this time. Okay, that was the last save. I don't know why you waited 35 minutes. I do apologize, though. I did try to send out the word that I was going to be a little bit late today. But I am sorry for being late. I'm not happy about being late. It has not been...
Complications happen.
It's not been the best of days. Hello! Wait. Oh, hello. Oh, hello!
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello! Oh, hello! And also, hi, Donna!
Hey, Donna.
Aw. It's not as fun without Griffin's amazing commentary, in quotation marks.
Listen.
Anyway. I decided to eat something spicy right before doing the stream tonight, too, so that's probably going to be...
Professionalism.
Excuse you. Like interrupting the host? That's professional?
I never claimed to be a professional.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Let's move this up on the screen. Okay, there we go. Why don't we start figuring out...
Hold on 1 second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from usual catchphrase while addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Fred. Fred. My dude.
Fred.
Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Because I chased her bitch ass out earlier. Ah. It seems you're right. Sayori, get it? Sorry.
Go to your corner.
No. It's my corner anyway. It's my stream. I get to decide where I am, Griffin.
Whatever. I do what I
Stop invoking that in my presence.
Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Everyone's bellends. Like, I have some questions.
Where the heck did she run off to, anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
I don't know why that's your first thought.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's into something.
Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Griffin in the corner, says Riley.
Yes.
Did I miss a donate?
Huh.
I saw someone hosting me.
Huh. Well, either way, thank you.
I mean, yeah, Did I miss a donate?
Ugh.
Hmm? Well, I mean, I did see it pop up saying someone is now hosting you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving right along.
went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Huh?
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? What? Why is that in quotation marks? Is he saying that out loud? To Yuri? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people.
Like, wow. This dude is not shy about his, like, call-outs.
I know, right?
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine.
What did she say?
Anyway, we need to figure...
Wow, thanks, Monica.
Uh-huh.
We need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we need to make a lot of them. Well, we might need a lot of them and with different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted! And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri... Yuri, you can point at Natsuki's head. It's surprisingly fun.
I mean...
What's wrong with my head? Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That is incredibly dismissive.
Best president.
I know.
Best president.
All while she is swooping her boobs with her hair.
I'm useless. No! That's not it at all. What?
Worthless.
No. No. Rude!
You're the most talented person here, you know? Excuse me, bitch? Now Natsuki's pouting too.
Jeez. Even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you and she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know?
Okay, but that's a compliment. That's not giving her... I mean, I know it leads into what she's saying.
Oh my god, just let it go, Monica. Let it go.
So, you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere!
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great! You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, now that that's all dealt with, that just leaves you, Fred.
The one who is truly useless. You know what? No arguments here.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that.
No pressure.
Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? I think she might be!
Gee, I can't fucking possibly imagine what she might be hinting at.
How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? Clearing my throat.
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. Razzle frazzle baking bitch blah blah baking powder.
Razzle brazzle baking bitch.
Yep.
That sounds like a Natsuki dedicated Tumblr blog. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Razzle brazzle baking bitch.
Oh! Well, that's a donation. Hi, Donna. Thank you for that.
At Razzle Brazzle Baking Bitch.
Oh my god. Thank you.
I'm gonna look that up to see if that's actually a thing.
Razzle Frazzle Baking Bitch. Right. Anyway.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own? Fred may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on! I never said that, even though I kind of did. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway?
Wow, Natsuki.
Jesus.
And thank you, Riley. RazzleDazzleBakingBitch.tumblr.com.
Yes.
Sounds more
Ask
like
and
you're...
one shall...
What?
It's just like, ask and you shall receive. Razzle Frazzle Baking Bitch.tumblr.com.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Fred to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys. Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Fred to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. He's mine, bitch. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Fred, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Of course.
Very well. In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. Well, Monica looks straight at me. The others kind of look sideways on.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm going to go with... Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of still worried about Sayori. What? Oh, I'm just checking the chat as I'm going through here. So, I don't think that actually exists. I think it was just typed in, but...
Yeah. I mean, there were some Razzle Frazzle blogs on Tumblr, but...
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not with the extension of Baking Bitch.
I mean, if it's gonna be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and...
But Monica said that Sayori was helping her! Jeez. Do you really hate us that much?
It's not a matter of hating you. He literally opened it with, she's already my neighbor, and I would prefer working with her.
Mm-hmm.
No! Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. just think of the club, okay?
Alright, well, between these three... Well, let's see. Let's go with Yuri for right now.
Alright.
Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Now, this is a path where if you've seen a previous playthrough of ours, you might have seen this scene before. Things are probably going to play out very similarly to how you expect, but there will be a key difference.
Me? Are you serious? Why would you...
Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean.
No. I was just saying.
Ugh. So, you'll be helping Yuri then, Fred? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful.
Well, Natsuki has her reasons for behaving the way she does.
Yeah.
It's not that she hates him or anything, Babaka. Anyway.
That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine.
Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, I need to do my deep man voice for Fred. So, is that everything we needed to go over?
Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Excited? Do you want me to get out the fucking pom-poms? Well, excited may not be the right word. But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm also glancing at the chat.
Do you feel the same way, Fred?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Yeah, fucking whatever, bitch.
Natsuki! Right, that's not Yuri's voice. Natsuki!
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't
Loud noises!
I didn't even do anything! No, that's not what I meant at all.
Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room.
I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Fred picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad.
Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. He is just basically going, shh, shh, shh. He's an amused librarian.
I mean...
Griffin, the amused librarian. That sounds like a TV show.
You're not even wrong.
But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No! I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. Huh? You better bet that my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event!
You bet.
Ah. I believe you. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best.
That was really dismissive, Monica.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you attain a level of authority that high.
Yeah, I guess. Someone make Griffin the amused librarian anime opening. Shh, 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 shh. The ultimate librarian. I kind of like that too. Librarian who
God.
can cast magic.
Yeah.
But with that,
Ancient Magus Librarian.
there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then.
Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Eh? I turn around.
Sorry. I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend.
Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number?
I think that would be the best way, yes.
Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers.
Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday.
Eh? My house?
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. What?
It's just...
Griffin the magical girl librarian.
God damn it.
Fred almost got away with doing nothing for the event. I don't know. You know that Sayori would chew him out if he tried to dodge it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, since I'm the one helping you.
I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house.
Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are.
Don't underestimate yourself, Fred. I think that we'll make a very productive team.
Productive.
Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something.
Wait! You don't actually think that, do you?
I don't know.
We're just adding some random ass genres to this concept to him, as well as School Idol Griffin, the magical girl librarian, and a Yuri where guys don't exist but him, which is also part of a harem anime, and yeah, that sounds about right. If
Can we stop moifying me, please?
Stop moifying yourself. Stop moifying yourself! Stop moifying yourself!
God damn it.
You do it to yourself. You are the ultimate tsundere.
It reminds me of that one doodle that Chi-Chi drew a while back where, like, I was wearing glasses and then she's like, swipes the glasses off my face and then stomps on them.
Jesus Christ. I think I vaguely remember that, but...
Like, because, like, I was, like, just reading something and then, like, out of curiosity, like, Chi-Chi puts, like, the glasses on my face and I get, like, all sparkly and, like, shoujo manga-esque.
Well, that's because you would become a Megane at that point.
I don't know what that means.
Megane literally means glasses. So, in your case, glasses boy. But...
I forgot that was a fetish.
Uh-huh. Well, it's not exactly I mean, it's kind of a fetish, but it's more just, like, a turn-on, I guess, like anything else.
Yeah, a fetish.
I think it's a little bit different. But, even so. It's kind of like finding blue eyes attractive. Some people find glasses to be attractive. It doesn't necessarily mean that blue eyes are a fetish.
Sure, why not?
Griffin.
I don't understand the attractions.
You don't understand anything.
Shh.
I would call
Which is
you...
odd because I'm not the ace.
No, you're just the bitch.
God.
Oh, God. Anyway.
It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me.
You're forgetting the one reason... I almost gave him Yuri's voice. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do.
But why? You've been completely lazy this entire time, barely putting in any effort to your poems. You've barely been showing up to any of the club meetings, and it's mostly been because of Sayori. And she's not even here.
Excuse me. Yuri thinks to herself with an incredibly tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right?
I didn't realize.
I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looked straight into my eyes for a long while.
I believe you.
Why? Dawn in the chat. I'm not the ace. No, you're just the bitch. There's such powerful energy coming from this dialogue.
To great taste. That tastes great.
And exactly what are you tasting, Mr. Vanilla Bean?
Listen.
As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression.
And I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah. I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this! Yuri's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori. My anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But
handling her.
Yeah, but who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. Mayor leaves for a second to answer a message and comes back to listen. Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, God.
She even told me she was looking forward to it. I may have skipped a line of dialogue, but whatever. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other, Babaka. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about.
All for the club.
All for the club. Just the club, I guess. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. A real good time, Nannyface. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself that there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Stop kink shaming! Don't kink shame, it's not okay. Yeah, Fred texts people, apparently. But putting Yuri aside, yes?
I like just the phrasings like, we've even been texting. Oh, they're gonna only can be true love then.
I know, right? Real question, where are all the parents? Where is everyone in this world other than the club members? That should be the big question here.
Yeah, no other students, no teachers.
No classes. There's classrooms, but no classes.
Mm-hmm.
So this might in fact be a parentless world.
Possibly.
I mean, other than apparently Fred or the protagonist babysitting Sayori, apparently.
It's like that one world from Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, well, you'd think that there would be people outside of folks from in the club. But anyway, putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori?
Hi, Fred.
I sit down in her room, just on the floor, like an asshole. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. So no, apparently her parents are not home, or if they are, then, like, they give no fucks about Fred just walking in.
Uh-huh.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
Ah, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today?
Of course! But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. You are so fucking awkward, Fred.
Well, yeah, he's dating some protagonist. I'm pretty sure he's contractually obligated to be as such.
Fred, Sayori, how did you know? X-Files theme.
Yes.
Okay. I do like the music for this scene too, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So,
You say that.
Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Fred.
Eh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today.
No, I'm pretty sure the world did not decide that. I'm pretty sure that Fred decided that.
Well,
It just wants to torture me.
Sayori? What the hell was that from me? Anyway, I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So, tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sarah gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, Fred.
Thank you for following, Donna.
thanks much.
Why weren't you following already? Oh, right, you haven't been able to load the stream in, like, forever. Jesus.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Fred? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me?
Yep, Sayori has depression. And
Yep.
actually going back, she really does display a lot of the classic symptoms, including the cover-up of it, the late delays and everything along those lines, like the fact that she has apparently not had much interest in things, and it was only this year that she started to perhaps even turn things around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm.
Well, there are a lot of... I think these characters are far more realistic than you might be giving them credit for, Boba Fett. But
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, definitely.
That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. ... I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Okay, Fred.
Wow.
Fred.
Red flag.
Stellar friendship right there, my dude.
Yes. Like, personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Yeah. Don't do this, by the way. If a friend comes out to you as being depressed, don't do this. Don't be like, I feel betrayed. Why didn't you tell me before now? Like...
Yeah. Kindly fuck off, Fred.
Yeah. Great fucking job, Fred. Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, GG no re.
Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, Fred. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me, instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. But it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else.
God. I like how
Oh,
we're just giggling at this, like, well, not even dramatic, but just sorrowful reveal.
oh, I'm laughing at Boba Fett's reaction here, which I don't know if you can watch or not, but,
Well, I mean, my shitternet wouldn't really permit it.
well,
Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So, that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
you're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. Hey, Fred, fuck off.
Please. Repeatedly. With a cactus.
But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Fred. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now, you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am.
Thank you for hosting. Sorry, just in the middle of that, suddenly there's this fanfare. Done!
Yeah.
Oh, no!
I will say, this is a fantastic guideline on what not to do when a friend comes out as being clinically depressed.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace.
Fred,
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Fred.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Fred,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Fred. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary, too.
Sayori lets me go.
Just, I love, like, the emotional then... Sayori lets me go.
Well, I'm better at voice acting depression than I am boys being assholes.
That's fair. That's more my racket.
I would have you read for Fred, but... As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel...
No, don't!
Wow, I went to the completely wrong voice for her.
No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. Well, that was weird.
Yeah. Interpersonal relationships are weird.
I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. Sorry, I was saving the game.
No worries.
Yes. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. Can't imagine why. I mean, you know, your best friend of many years just told you that she's been suffering from depression for a very long time. And it's something you were completely oblivious to, and your response was to be like, how can you betray me like this?
Everybody betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
But it's hard for me to keep thinking about when Yuri is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for me? Were you waiting for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true.
Yes, Yuri is in normal clothes. Most of the time, people in Japan do not wear their school uniforms outside of school.
Yeah, generally no. I mean, if so, there's probably something sketchy going on.
Well, or they just go from school to the arcade or something.
Yeah,
But
true.
Anyway.
I didn't think of that, for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decide to ignore it. Because of course you do, Fred. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. Well, okay, to be fair, Boba Fett, sometimes they do actually change clothes. I know that Sailor Moon, like the classic Sailor Moon, actually had them wearing different clothes depending on the day. Obviously, the Sailor Fuku that they wore for school was what they wore for school, but in their downtime, they would actually wear a variety of different kinds of outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sure it will be fine.
I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I didn't tell her about the time I bleached literally the entire room. I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No, trust me. If you saw what this room looked like before I did that, you would not call me considerate in the slightest. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning.
Okay, but that's not the point.
I would have gladly helped you clean.
That's not the point, Yuri.
She what can I say? She digs a hot boy mess.
What did you just say? Hot boy mess?
I don't know.
Hot boy mess. Quote, Griffin, 2018.
I don't.
Hot boy mess. Griffin, basic, 2018.
This is my life now.
This is what you signed up for when you agreed to be my friend.
Yeah, fair.
That's your fault. Anyway.
Both fair and unfair.
That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was too distracted by the smell of bleach. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. Hot boy mess.
It's... the internet has brought us many, many wonders, the least of which is not the inability to escape anything you've ever said.
I was gonna say, what do you mean the internet has brought us wonders? That was all you, baby.
I know.
I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap as if she's making sure she's keeping track of them. Yeah, keep track of Yo's hands. Yo's hands? Whatever. So, should we get started? Should I start taking off my clothes? I mean...
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements? I mean, yes, her job was atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know.
The best board game.
Mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Yes, I'm going to burn the entire building down with my aromatherapy candles. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, like the basement.
Or a white van.
Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess.
Quote unquote.
I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's great. So you're practicing on me today? Oh, wow.
It writes itself.
It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Ask the raccoon.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. I love your intensity.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax.
And she just farts.
I mean, that's probably why she brought the candles.
Well, I mean, that would be bad combination right there, depending on where she placed the candles.
True.
I brought
If
some
I'm
things.
going down, I'm taking you with me.
We are all. This is the thing, is that we are all talking about sex. The game actually doesn't exactly mask it either.
Yeah, it's not subtle. Especially later on.
Uh-huh. Stop ruining games, says Bobo Fett.
I'm pretty sure the game is ruining itself.
Huh.
I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages around her bag. She pulls out a few candles and wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though?
It's a dildo. Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
I love the idea, like, it's a diffuser for this bomb
Oh my god. So, Mare...
that I hid in my chest pockets.
Stop! Mare says, to be fair, Griffin and Laura are notorious for unintentionally and intentionally talking about NSFW shit such as that. Unfortunately,
Me?
I know, says Donna. Cough, cough. Griffin's infamous no-context quotes cough.
See, they know us.
They know. They know by now. And if they didn't know, then again, all of the
They
quotes
wouldn't be here.
all of the quotes that we post,
Yeah.
people have an insight into how our conversations go. Not familiar at all.
Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Also, it vibrates, for some reason. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine.
Stop it! Also, if you haven't gone to see a flowery interlude on my channel, I highly recommend it. It's a script that I
Hey,
wrote.
self-plug.
Yes, thank you for interrupting me for that. Anyway, it's a script that I wrote several years ago, and I kind of, I pitched it to various groups, but it never ended up getting worked on, so I was like, fuck it, I'll make it myself. So, with Griffin's help, as well as the help of Catriel, who stepped in to do the art for that, I was finally able to get it done.
Yeah.
You blatantly lied on the internet. You said you would never forget it. I would never forget one of the first Griffin quotes I ever heard, but I forgot it. The first Griffin quote is "Listen."
Yeah.
Anyway,
It provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer, and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems?
it does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with everything, with anything. Yeah, I've got words. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. Yes, we are appreciating Catriel. This is a Catriel appreciation stream 24/7.
Yes. Cherish. Cherish harder.
I'm not sure that you could have read that any more flat. You'll see why Yuri needs Fred's help. So anyway, what are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here. I already folded it for you. I hope you don't mind.
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh, yeah? 100 of them? What will those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it.
I love that I'm getting a little... Yeah. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed than it was just the two of us? Or maybe it's just the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Fred. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Ah, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. The asshope ended up coming from one of the streams where Mare described him as an asshope, and it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
It's a meme, and yes, I think I just explained, but yeah. I mean, let's face it, Griffin is an asshole.
Oh yeah, like, unabashedly.
And
But at least I acknowledge it.
yes, and I generally acknowledge that I am also a bitch. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. What?
Just like pulls out a knife.
Eh?
Like if that was your last words, like before you just get shanked by a Japanese schoolgirl.
The silver handle has... Listen, I'm trying to get through this, okay? I'm trying to get to the good stuff. Sort of.
We're already at the good stuff as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. That's a spoon.
It's a space station.
Griffin is barely an asshole and entirely a tsundere, and you can't change my mind. You know what? I actually agree with that.
Listen.
He's not actually an asshole. The asshole is to cover up how much of a wonderful and caring person he actually is.
I mean, arguably.
Arguably, yes, but I happen to know that you're a very caring sort of person.
Well, thank you for saying so.
And I know that you reach out to people when you know that they're dealing with a difficult time, and I'm not just talking about me. I know that you take people's feelings into consideration. So yes, for all of my ribbing on you for being an asshole, the truth is that I think of you as a very considerate and kind person.
Well, thank you. I mean, I just try and be a decent human being when I can.
Donna in the chat. Aww! Aww!
This Kodak moment brought to you by fucking Yuri. Now this is a knife.
It looks really fancy.
Well,
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
you're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know?
If you promise you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. The truth is, I like slashing people's faces open.
I like fucking knives.
The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
So Mare says, man, when Scott and I first met, he mentioned that Griffin has really helped him through tough times.
Aw.
And Griff helped me get myself into a good mood again some days, and I can confirm he's a good. Says Mare.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
Well, that's nothing new.
You're laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. Yes, you are. You were just laughing at her. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's, well, It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. I actually do legit know some people who are into knives.
I mean, to each their own, so long as they don't do anything questionable with said knives.
Well, I remember walking into a social security building, and one of them, he brought his knife with him.
Oh, boy.
Security was like, you're gonna have to leave that with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at you. You're laughing at me. I'm not laughing at you.
Nuh-uh.
You're lying, Fred.
You're laughing at you.
Suits me.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. Yes, by the way, that is good practice with anything that has a sharp blade on it. Hand it to the other person handle first. This applies to knives, this applies to scissors. Just common courtesy. If you're handing someone something that is sharp, do not hand it to them blade first.
I mean, unless you really dislike them, and even then, you want to avoid jail time.
Well, if you really dislike them, then make sure that you're not handing the knife to them.
Yeah, that's what guns are for.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Cat, can you chill? Please?
I imagine the NSA are having a gay old time listening to us.
Uh-huh. Listen, I'll give you advanced techniques about how to dismember someone using just a pocket knife.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that doesn't explain why she brought a knife to a friend's house.
Never bring a knife to a friend fight.
I'm just picturing them like people picking up their friends and literally throwing them at each other.
Like Fred using Sayori as a baseball bat.
Natsuki picking up Yuri and just like jabbing with her, like jousting.
No, like Natsuki like grabbing the padding out of Yuri's bra.
Oh my
and
god!
it.
God, no! No!
Using it as a flail.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm trying to get through this game, Griffin! There's so much ground to cover!
Oh god!
Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Fred! Why did you do that?
I just really hate my fingers, okay? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp.
Yeah, I got that now, bitch, thanks.
Yeah, it's a knife.
It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look.
God.
Griffin's laugh kills me, I'm crying. No, stop, Griffin! Never change, Griffin, never change!
See, this is why I have a permanent record.
She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound.
Christ.
I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri.
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right?
Uh-huh.
Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. That's like Fred's byline. This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway.
Uh-huh.
That's a summary of the game, really.
It's his modus operandi.
Uh-huh. Oh, they're getting something done already, Boba Fett. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return.
Fred! Did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, you think?
If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
I think, if anything, it's heavier.
Ah. Casually sucks the awkwardness out of you from your finger. Kiss her and kick her out. Okay, Boba Fett. That's not how you treat your friends.
Not how you treat anyone, really. Especially people you actually like.
You're so weird, Fred.
Yuri giggles shyly. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yuri calling me weird? You're the one who's fucking carrying knives and licking people's fingers. I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Well, that's something, Boba Fett.
I will take your word for it.
It's a dating sim. He could slap her and she'll give him because he's the protagonist. Or she'll forgive him? No, she couldn't bring scissors like a normal person.
No, because if there's anything I've learned from my years of being a weeb, it's that everyone has to be extra as fuck. At least everyone central to the plot.
Listen, we're not the ones kicking appliances.
I mean...
Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets.
Ah, that's right. Ah, that's right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted.
Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use the small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, and then bring it back to my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or something?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so... Let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. Yeah. Okay.
So, I thought we could do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with...
Thank you, Kat.
Starting with the
Starting
colors,
with...
the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium and at the front of the classroom.
You know what a better order to do this in would have been? Paint the banner and then let it dry while you cut things out for the door.
Yeah.
That would have been a better organization of your time. I'm sorry, my inner Virgo just responded.
Oh.
Ah, neat. What are you gonna write?
Well, it will be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. I mean, your last surprise kind of just led to me licking your finger, so... After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too.
Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Mood, as the children say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Fred, stop being so rude to Fury. She's just a cute anime girl. Stop being so mean.
I mean, again, it's sort of an inherent quality of any dating sim protagonist.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently.
I knew you'd understand.
Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Whoa!
Shenanigans!
Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me.
It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and...
Licks the paint.
I mean, that would have been faster, wouldn't it? I rush out and fetch a small towel, and then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. And here we get this scene. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong?
It's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist.
Wait.
Eh?
Just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
This isn't creepy at all.
I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize for when she reads her books. It's almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Uh-huh. Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. No, that's just the vibrator.
I mean...
And suddenly her
whatever
face...
else she put in the candle.
Suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away.
Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine.
Is it though?
The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. What, the finger licking isn't enough to offset you, but patting down her face with a towel?
Yeah, I guess anyone would be a little lightheaded after ingesting another human being's blood.
I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking.
I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results.
Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now?
Not yet. It needs to dry first.
That's true, but won't that take a while? You're curious about this game, are you, Boba Fett?
I mean, I can't rightly blame you.
Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, and then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before the event starts. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here.
Phew.
You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit?
No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done.
I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon.
So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work.
Well,
Yuri thinks to herself.
I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer.
I don't think you have necessarily anything to worry about when it comes to anyone walking in on you playing this game. Not really.
For the most part, no.
I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well.
It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker.
No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right?
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything.
Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Alright. Just saving real quick.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah, there's not really much... Like, you're not going to see any graphic boobs or anything like that.
No.
And nothing really inappropriate along those lines tends to happen. Huh. What a weird thing. Now that it's getting to nighttime, it's suddenly gotten dark in my fucking room.
I mean, how? Who would have fucking thought?
How, indeed. Well, I know one way to fix that. Turning on the light. That's a light that's on. Okay. I have gotten so used to narrating everything I fucking do because of Let's Plays.
I mean, if it helps in your line of work.
Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door.
Thank you very much for having me today.
No problem. I was glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow.
I will. Well then,
Yuri fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I gave him briefly Yuri's voice, masculine male voice, yes.
I mean...
I forgot that you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so...
You're very thoughtful, Fred.
Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. Well, people might silently judge you, but I don't think that you have to worry too much about judgment when it comes to this game. It's not what you think it is.
I kind of like that about you.
As the music stops. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get the chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back.
Sayori?
Eh?
Hi, Fred.
Sayori! Just now we weren't...
It's okay, Fred. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry.
Sayori pulls out her own knife.
From Yuri's chest.
I have a special friend I'd like you to meet.
I'm sorry, But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course.
Sayori beams.
Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Jesus. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down to Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Fred? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Fred. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
Can't promise that.
And of course, people in the chat, sorry, stop, I can't take this. Monica, what did you say? I'm writing.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Fred. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Fred.
What? You laugh in the middle of all of this.
I'm sorry, it's just... People... Like, I love the idea. It's like, what did you say, Monica?
Fred, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. Yeah, this is the point where no.
Again, how not to handle a situation like this?
And that's what I'm gonna give to you. Sayori. Oh my god! Well, I'm gonna do the disaster thing anyway. I love you. I love you. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy.
Fred.
Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me.
Fred, is this really okay?
Can we get Griffin to ruin more moments?
I mean, it's what I do best.
How do you think I have him on my streams with me?
I actually specialize in this kind of shit.
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you, Fred. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip on me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away?
Now I'm gonna.
Yeah,
we've
depression kind of sucks that way.
Well, and yeah, we've touched on this before, but you cannot love someone's depression away.
You really cannot.
You can love someone and you can try and help them and you can get them to possible medical help and you can be there for them when they need it, but depression is one of those things that it doesn't really just go away. It's not there isn't a single, you can't love someone out of being depressed.
Yeah, depression is not an emotion. It's an imbalance of neurotransmitters and various other chemicals in the brain that just makes it difficult to function, essentially. It is, for all intents and purposes, a disease.
Ladies and gentlemen, your resident neurologist.
Well, I mean, yeah, after 10 years of studying this shit, I would certainly hope I understand a thing or two.
I hope so, yes.
They're not going away at all, Fred.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again, but no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now.
Yeah. Network of supportive people, it does help. It doesn't heal things, but it does help.
It makes things easier.
Yeah. I don't know, Boba Fett. How did this stream go from memes and shit to something this deep? It's almost like this game does that or something.
I was gonna say, that's the magic of Doki Doki Literature Club.
And we ain't even got started yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember our first time through it, and you figured it out, like, fucking instantly. Anyway.
It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go whatever pace suits you best.
Hey, Fred.
Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly.
Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me. Right?
Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I mean, just earlier today, even, I was telling you that when people are nice to me, it feels like someone's hitting me over the head with a bat. But surely that means nothing now. Now that you've told me that you love me, that changes everything, doesn't it? I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel like a bunch of thorns. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival.
Yay!
Gonna make a save here?
Yeah!
Oh, but hey, what's this? I'm going to the settings? What's this? I'm going to the main menu? As a matter of fact, I am. Because you know what we're going to be doing now? We're going to be starting a new game.
Oh. I mean, happy ending.
So remember when I told you that this playthrough is going to be a little bit more complicated than a straight through playthrough?
I do recall this, yes.
The day of the festival is the marker for going back and starting a new game. And this time, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Because after this point in the game, traditionally there are certain events that happen if you just keep going. But we don't want to do that yet. Because doing that, well, you know what happens, and I'm not going to necessarily spoil it for those of you in the chat.
Yeah.
But the way to get the best ending involves not following through with the day of the festival.
Huh, so there's some metagaming involved.
Uh-huh. Do you remember the ending, Griffin? Like the credit roll?
Yeah,
Do you remember all of those pictures?
I do, in fact.
You remember how some of them were grayed out because we didn't go down that path?
Yep, and I know that the color fills in when you do go down those paths.
So what do you think happens when you see all of those pictures?
Oh, well, they get colored in during the credits.
No. Boba Fett, on your own playthrough, I will recommend play through it just as normal. This is how to get a very special ending, a specific kind of ending. One that you can't get, but on your own authentic first playthrough, I do recommend just playing through it like normal.
Yeah.
What I'm doing here is I'm trying to showcase something that plays out a little bit differently than what you get in the base game. Now, here's the thing. Since we've already seen all of this dialogue, I'm hitting skip for right now. Because we've already seen it.
Yeah.
Introduction to all of the same characters. It's time to rate a poem!
Joy.
Oh, look, that was the entire first session of our of this playthrough.
Uh-huh, memories.
Like the corners of my mind. So, I'm going to leave this decision up to you, Griffin. Who do you want to go and romance between Natsuki and Yuri?
Well, we've seen a lot, at least in the Let's Plays we've been involved in, from Yuri's perspective. So let's take a look at Natsuki this time around, because honestly, between the two of them, I think Natsuki is far more compatible with the interests of the main character.
And we may as well see how things play out and when they're a little bit different. Sir Pounce, come on. He just jumped up to try and put his paws on my chest. Come on, sweetie.
Clearly he's a Yuri fan.
Alright. So let's see. Spinning. Yay! Let's see. Sticky.
I mean, you spend that much time in the kitchen baking.
Play. Oh, that went to Sayori. Jeez. Special? Cute. Sparkle. Oh, god damn it! Stop hitting Sayori! Or else I'm gonna have to start over. Okay.
I was gonna say, you might want to bring up a cheat sheet for this.
Sweet. God fucking damn it! Hop. Anime. Pink. Fireflies? God damn it! Doki Doki. Boop. Lucky? Fuck's sake! Sayori, go away!
Wow.
Oh, hey, Catriel.
Hey, cat.
Yeah, I'm going to be going a little bit longer because I started a little bit late today, too. Awesome. Yori!
Donkey!
Hair. Cheat? Oh, puppy. Kitty! Shopping! Silly! Oh. I think it was almost equally split between the two of them.
Oh, God.
Hi again, Fred. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Alright, skip. Ugh! Can I help you guys? My cats are having a little mini cat turcation behind me.
Ah, those are the best.
Uh-huh. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand.
I mean, I'd be pretty annoyed if someone locked me in the closet.
Well, she puts herself there.
You're not wrong.
You looking
Ask
for
Yuri.
You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! Wait, her
I don't
voice.
think she's in there.
Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books. A bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. There we go. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Ah, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. You're a total weeb.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. Natsuki, how about you stop hiding your hentai in the school closet?
I mean...
There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book mixing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Other than your face.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls?
Oh, yeah.
It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible.
Or it's hentai.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it with the glass.
Oh, you can go do it through. Whoops!
I was gonna say, you can do it with.
Jesus fuck!
It is hentai!
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey!
That's actually, now that I think about it, a really good insult. You can do it with the glass in the window.
Ow!
I know.
Hey, I wasn't judging.
I mean, that's almost up there with wherever you're going, I hope it explodes.
I have no idea if we've actually explained that one on stream before.
I don't think so.
Okay, so while I was out visiting Griffin, we were kind of in traffic, and at one point someone felt that it was really, really vitally important for them to be, shifting in and out of traffic and cutting people off, and they were just driving
Fucking speed racer.
Yeah, they were driving very, very poorly is what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up kind of cutting us off. And I have a way of responding to people when they do stuff like that. Like, I get really passive-aggressive when it comes to driving, because that's one of those things that can go quickly very, very, very wrong. So instead of getting angry, I'll just, like, say some sort of remark like, yeah, and your mother snorts toads, or something like that. On this one
Your
particular...
mother snorts toads.
But when, on this particular occasion, this person was, like, super, like, it was so important for them, whatever they were doing, that they were cutting people off. So my response is, wow, I hope wherever you're going, it explodes. And Griffin was, like, astounded. And he's
I was like, that is actually brilliant. Because there's so many ways that could go wrong. Like, if the person is, like, rushing to get to the airport,
mm-hmm.
or the birth of their first child.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. Well, that's just it, though, is that it was... There are so many ways for that to have gone wrong. Like, going to the hospital, going to the airport, it's just like, wherever you're going, I hope it explodes. Like, that wherever they're in a rush to get to, I hope that their rush ends up being for nothing because it explodes on them instead. Like, that was the intent behind it, was that, like, if you're in such a rush to do something that you're going to be cutting other people off and risking other people's, you know, safety for this, then I hope that you end up having a terrible result, as you know, for being such a fucking douchebag.
Oh, yeah.
So, wherever you're going, I hope it explodes. Is for all of you drivers out there that have decided that it's important to cut people off just because you're feeling a little bit impatient. Because
it's the best.
It's not worth it to be like that to other drivers.
No.
It's really not. It's not worth it to be a dickhole to other people, to risk their safety, to pull that shit. I understand that sometimes things are an emergency, but it's frustrating, but you don't know if there's anyone out there who is dealing with the same fucking thing.
Boy.
Although not much is going to top the time when I ended up doing jazz hands with my entire car at the car next to us. This person was playing a game of tailgating and then cutting in front of and trying to weave in and out of traffic. Similar sort of behavior. So my brother, who was driving, myself, my brother's friend, and our uncle were all in the car on our way back from Ren Fair. And the person got ahead of us, but our lane was moving faster than his. So, as we were passing, we ended up coordinating it so that we all did jazz hands at him as we passed him. So, he kind of looked over at the exact right moment as all four of us were doing jazz hands right at him as we moved past him.
Oh my god.
It's like the most sarcastic way to get back at someone who's being an unsafe driver. Just jazz hands. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, anyway, back to this.
Back to this.
I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Fred. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. And not mo. It's exceedingly mo.
Flashbacks.
Don't just stand there. Don't just stand there.
Ugh. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Yes. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Don't just say that! You make me feel weird about it!
Babaka.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice, or won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Oh, it's Natsuki. Yes.
Everyone knows it's Natsuki.
You need to sing more.
I mean...
I know I say this to the person who literally breaks into song at random at any point. I'm just saying you need to sing more.
Yeah, I might dabble here and there.
Boba Fett, don't try to start fights. Fred's hitting on your wife, you should kill him.
Jesus. I mean, you've got Wilma. What more do you need, Fred?
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Very typical in shoujo. I kinda grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot?
Well, obviously! You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean...
Oh, God.
See, Boba Fett, it's really interesting that you say that, given how anti-Natsuki you were earlier.
I mean, it's interesting how quickly one can turn around when you see someone from a different perspective.
Exactly.
Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get all of their backstories and then some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts.
Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean, Babaka?
Ooh, Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power.
Good save.
Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. I was just curious. Ah. Alright. Also, I need to reload this page because it wants to be weird.
Oh, joy.
Seems like it's doing pretty well so far.
But yeah.
Okay. It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence! I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones, as opposed to all the shit you learn from hentai.
Yeah, I mean...
Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Ah, and here we have this scene. ... We read on for a few more minutes, with her staring directly into my soul. I've finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
Honestly, like, this is the thing. The reason why Let's Play exists is because it can actually be really fun to watch someone else enjoy something, especially if it's something that you enjoy yourself. And conversely, one of the reasons why it's fun to do Let's Plays is because it's fun to explore a game and to be able to share that experience with other people. Like, there's a lot of... The whole point of it is let's play, as in, let's all of us play this game.
Let us play.
Exactly. And that's what I really love about the community around Let's Play. I mean, there are some people in that community, many people in that community, who make it quite a difficult thing, but altogether, it is still a really positive experience. We get to share games with each other, we get to share the experience of learning story elements together. It's, all in all, like, it's all about being in a community with video games, which I remember growing up, video games used to be about all about isolation, playing alone. You did it at home when you couldn't spend time with your friends, kind of thing. So, present day, being able to not just play video games and record it and post it to the internet, but also being able to stream, being able to, you know, do this stuff live is incredibly fun, and I'm really glad for that opportunity. And this applies to all sorts of things. When someone watches the same TV series that you do, or someone plays the same video game, or someone reads the same book, or enjoys the same manga, or something along those lines. I mean, one of the things that Griffin and I do literally every night is watching TV shows or movies together.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's blind for both of us. Sometimes it's a series that one of us has watched but the other has not. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, that's kind of literally how we got started.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, pretty much just looking through various pieces of media, critically thinking about like various aspects of like the technical side of how the thing was put together, how it tells the story, but also the actual implications of the story itself and the characters they're in. Like, there's a lot to be picked apart from pretty much just about any piece of media out there. And while a lot of it boils down to preference, I think there are some objective qualities to a story and how it's told that make or break, you know, the message, like the proficiency in telling the message it's trying to get across.
Hey, Papa Neeks! It has been a long time. How you doing? It feels like it's been years. And yeah, that's the other thing, is that sometimes, that's one of the reasons why I am a big proponent of Let's Play, as if that's not already obvious. But like, the thing is with Let's Play, is that it can also serve as a way for people who may not necessarily have $60 that they can just waste on a video game. Like, if it's a game that they don't enjoy, if you spend $60 on it and you play it, you can't really get that money back. Especially with the way that they have digital rights management nowadays. It's really hard to take the risk of dropping $60 or $80 or however much money you need to with various expansion packs in order to get the authentic experience of the game. It's really hard to invest that kind of money into something if you've never seen it. Let's Play actually gives you a tremendous opportunity to see the game, determine whether or not it's actually something that you want to play. Like, a lot of like these developers go on about how, oh no, it robs people of the experience, or they're not going to drop money for a game they've already seen. And it's like, my dude, if it's a good game, then seeing someone else play it isn't going to stop them from buying it. I know at least 20 people, probably more, who have literally bought games because they've seen me play it.
Yeah, like, I will say generally I only watch a Let's Play of a game if I know I'm not going to be playing the game myself. But there have been, like, very rare exceptions where the game is so good and there's so much appeal to it that I end up buying it myself just so I can play it, even though I've already seen, like, the exhaustion of all the story elements to it. But the gameplay seems fun enough that I want to get in on that.
And Boba Fett, honestly, that is one of the biggest compliments that you can actually pass on to anyone who does either Let's Plays or streaming, is that you want to get into something because of what they are sharing with you. That is literally exactly what we're covering in the scene, and what sparked this whole conversation is that feeling of sharing something with other people and getting to see their reactions to it, getting to see whether they like it. Papa Neeks was in my Emily is Away Let's Play. It was a somewhat extended one, but that was fun. Like, that was actually a really nice experience to be able to sit down and record with someone for that. And I was glad having you on. And I have seen that you've been working on your channel, my dude. I've been very glad to see the occasional notification that stuff's been going up. So, congratulations on keeping that going this entire time. It's really easy to burn out on it, as you might have seen that I have done.
I can personally attest to this, too.
Yeah, you've experienced burnout, eyeballs your channel, where things have not updated in years.
Yeah.
The most recent thing was our...
Last Halloween. Oh, no, wait, yeah, there was
Did you forget about Overwatch?
Well,
you
I would
edited
like to
that...
forget
You edited that motherfucker!
I would like to forget Overwatch exists, I'll say that much.
You're a bitch! Oh my god! Why are you being mean? Like, Overwatch is... Okay, Overwatch is a fundamentally good game. You and I may disagree on certain elements on it, but it's still in itself a good game. It is what it is, and it plays its function really well. I don't like the loot box system, but that's another thing.
Yeah, the loot box and a few other nitpicks I have about it, to say the least, but for all in all, it's not a bad game.
Yeah. Well... Genuinely, I do hope that you're able to play through this game at some point, and I do hope that when you're playing, you don't do what I did, that you just keep going through the day of the festival.
Yeah, like, play it your way, man. Like, don't let anyone else's approach dictate how you decide to enjoy a story, especially if it is a very much story-driven game with multiple branching paths.
And that's just it. Like, with me doing it this way, this is for a very specific outcome. So... and it is only based in... You would only really know to do this if you've already finished the game before. Anyway.
I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. Like, literally, that's what this conversation is.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
God.
Papa Neek says, I shall bring these concerns of yours to the devs when I go to BlizzCon in a few weeks. Wink.
Huh.
That sounds really fun.
I have a fucking list, believe you me.
You know what I mean?
Boy.
You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Ah, sorry.
Humph. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face.
Ugh, I know those kinds of people.
Yeah.
Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. And that can be frustrating. I will say that if your friends do that to you, and if they actually say something along the lines of, you're still into that? It's like, yes, because I enjoy it. I get something out of the story elements that are there. I recognize the things that are aimed at younger kids, but I enjoy this. So
yeah.
You're just making fun of me. Why are you doing that?
Oh, because it makes them feel more quote-unquote adult.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasis on adult.
Like, that's the thing. You're allowed to enjoy whatever you like. You're allowed to enjoy things, and there are certain things like... Obviously, there are boundaries in some ways, but generally speaking, like, I still love watching Disney movies. I still enjoy these things that are quote-unquote aimed at kids. I recognize the bits that are aimed at kids, but, like, for example, I love the music. I love the storytelling. I love stories that end optimistically, and anyone who has to be a fucking edgelord and be like, oh, they ended too happily for my taste, or everyone lived, that sucks. Like, fuck you.
Feels personally called out.
You know, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I might have been vaguing you a little bit there. Do I hate Star Wars The Last Jedi? No, I like it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, there's some parts of it that feel a little prequel-y, and I don't think it's as good as, like, The Force Awakens, but I still think it's a good movie.
Mm.
I think many people have been over-fucking reacting
Yeah.
about a lot of their criticisms of it.
I actually saw an interesting breakdown. Did I share that one with you?
I'm not sure. I think maybe.
Probably, but just basically one of the reasons why people kind of responded the way they did, or a good likely reason. And a lot of it is misremembering what it was that Luke's story ever was in the first place. But anyway, I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the clubroom. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Oh, boy.
There's nothing wrong with the prequels. I mean, okay, that's not true. They were paced poorly, they were written poorly, and the characters were completely underdeveloped, and anything that was appealing about the original Star Wars trilogy ended up kind of falling flat in this new attempt to try and reboot things and make it all the more gritty, realistic, and centered on fucking politics. Never, ever make politics the center of your fantasy sci-fi setting. Never!
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Star Wars, when it comes down to it, it's not sci-fi, it's space fantasy. And they tried to shove in, like, a bunch of unnecessary sci-fi into it with the prequels.
Well, they tried to shove in a whole bunch of unnecessary politics. And
Fucking midichlorians, too.
And capitalism.
Yeah.
I have opinions about capitalism. Anyway.
You certainly do.
Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens!
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but I get especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
God.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can kind of understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone.
Are you all ready with today's poems?
Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back?
Don't you
want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said...
Don't be dumb! Just take it home with you!
Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. I think everything makes Natsuki feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that there were originally planned to be, 9 installments of the story, and the 3 most integral parts of the story were largely focused in the middle trilogy. That was kind of the crux of the story as they had it planned out.
Yeah.
If The Lord of the Rings can pull off 3 good 4-hour movies when you take out all of the... when you go to the director's cuts for each of them, because
Yeah.
they have a lot of really good shit that they cut out for the sake of, like, making it 3 hours. Yeah, so I'm just saying. Anyway.
God.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? I mean, she did just threaten to kill me. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't
But
really...
wait, there's more.
I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit, so we've been through this, technically. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, here's a funny thing. I think that is going to be a pretty good place to call it for this stream. It's been a couple of hours. We've covered a lot of ground, and we have established what we are going to be doing for this playthrough. Instead of actually pouring through and going through the day of the festival, we're going to be seeing all of these different paths. And then we'll see how that relates to the ending. So, we're starting to get to some of the good stuff now. Now that we've been through one official full playthrough of a normal type game, so to speak, now we're going to be probably skipping the dialogue that we've already seen, much as I've already demonstrated, and proceeding to show off the differences between these various paths. And then we're going to be starting to get into the actual scary part of this, why we're playing this for Halloween, or the Halloween month, which apparently has taken over the entire month now.
It's contrary to how the game advertises itself. It is very much one of them spoopy games the cool kids are playing.
There's a reason why it opens with, this game is not meant to be played by anyone who is under the age of 13, and anyone who deals with depressive thoughts probably should not play this game. It literally puts that warning at the beginning. It's good to heed that, and keep that in mind, despite how sparkly and pink the rest of it is. Yes, normal. Normal.
What is normal?
Good question, but that's a philosophical discussion that would probably take another 2 hours at least to discuss tonight.
Yeah, and we still would not have a final answer to it.
No. There is, I mean, ultimately, I do not believe that there really is a singular concept of normal.
Nor I.
Simply things that we accept to be the status quo.
Yeah.
So, that does not mean that anything is actually normal, and a lot of the things that we take for granted as normal are actually things that were introduced simply prior to this current generation. But things like, for example, shaving. The way that women's products for shaving are sold is actually completely unnatural. Like, that was only something that was introduced in the early 20th century.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
To say nothing of women's clothing.
Ah, yes, women's clothing, another entire horseshit topic. But anyway...
Anyway,
thank you guys all for coming out to my stream today. Just as a reminder, I do stream every week, usually at the same time. Today was something of an exception because some other things kind of ended up interfering with my ability to get here on time today. But always at 5 p.m. Central on Mondays, I will be streaming, usually for a couple of hours or so. Sometimes I go a little bit longer than that. It depends on my energy, but And all of them, and if you missed any of the streams, if you haven't watched any of them, or you haven't been able to keep up with them, I do post the full streams to my channel, and eventually, with the help of Pinger Surprise, I will post highlight videos to the channel. I do appreciate all of you guys coming out today and watching and adding your commentary. It's been fun chatting with you as I play through this, and I hope to see you guys next week. I hope to see you next week, Griffin.
As I'm excited to see you next week. Well, I'm gonna see you regardless, but
Yeah, probably.
yes.
And I'm hoping, I keep saying this, but I'm hoping that next week I'm going to have another special guest being able to join us. But there's no guarantees on that. Like anything else, it depends. It's all on a week-by-week basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really do look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.